Ladies and gents, thank you very much. Shout out to the girls, we're cracking on. The girls are very tired in chat, so Courtney was like, do I have to play this game? I want to go to bed. But we're still here, we're still cracking on in the Sakura Cup, and we're down in losers quarterfinals now between X-Force Royals, who we have just seen dumped out of losers bracket, and they are up against Krispies Valkyries, Pabs, who obviously we saw in that first best of 5 against Noctum Strix. And we had a feeling they were probably going to do well in the losers bracket, and that's exactly what they've done. They've managed to get themselves to losers quarters finals, so they're obviously cracking on here in the losers bracket, managing to win a couple of series. Best of 3s in these ones, and they've got another best of 3 here up against X-Force Royals. And to be honest, mate, it's a bit of a weird one in this one. I'll show you the map graphic. You'll have to excuse the gaps in between, because it's going to be search and destroy, then hard point, then search. So because of my graphics, I've had to do a bit of jiggery pokery. So we're starting off with a skyline search. We've got rewind hardpoint, which we have just seen, and then a vault search and destroy to round it out, mate. So a little bit of a short and sweet series. This one potentially it could be as over as quick as it started, because skyline search and destroy, we know, is a very small map, very quick rounds.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a weird one for us. This is, you know, we could find ourselves in a quick 2-0, but I don't think either of these teams are going to want to let that happen. But irrespective of that, even if we get to the third map, these are been pretty quick. And you think about it, we in the space of what, like 4 or 5 hours normally, if this is the the men's variant, we'd passed game 5 at this point. So the girls just proven that you can be organized and get on with it. So yeah, maybe take a leaf out of that one, Steve Vortex, if you're watching. I promised I wouldn't say it, never mind. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's a weird one. We know that there's a couple of great players on each side. It just depends who goes off. For me, just keep your eyes peeled on K, and K can go absolutely huge. This could be a problem for the Krispies.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we are back to we had a few good maps of Codcaster working.
Yeah,
We're back to Codcaster not working. So yeah, forgive us, guys, if you see stuff on the kill feed that's like, hang on a minute, somebody's killed someone whose name is not their name. Yeah, this Codcaster is bugged, but it's now going to be iMervli in a 1 versus 4. Not ideal. Gonna stun check.
How long did it take to say iMervli was last alive? That must have been like 15 seconds or something. That's so weird.
Oh, there you go. Well, just as quickly, she's gone. So X-Force Royals going to take the first round. And yeah, these quick engagements, I think they're going to benefit the likes of K over towards that bar side. Pabs, it's pretty much a bread and butter map from what we've seen anyway in Respawn. And it wouldn't surprise me if we see the same in Search, with those rapid kind of engagements and sprinting straight down the neck of the other team.
Yeah, I think she just relies on that, not omni movement as much, because it is just kind of like slide, break the camera, get the kill, but she does it so well, and we saw that in that last hard point, just how effective she can be. Not for the win, unfortunately, for X-Force Royals, but she's definitely going to be able to put the Krispies on the cosh. But it's the likes of the bomb carrier and Pree and LB that you've got to be looking for, potentially, to start to put that pressure back on. An LB, the player we just mentioned, does that with the first blood. Courtney is going to go into the next round. That 3-0 counts for nothing.
Oh, well, Pree smashes the window, so there's a little bit of information that she's underneath. Oh, she's going to run back someone. Pree spots her, though. Can she get the kill? Nice shots. Takes her down.
Oh, tracking
it's all
from
on
it.
SpeedyNicole. 1 versus 3 is required. Does the first job. Takes down LB. Oh, and Pree drops down. Is she going to check this corner? No, she's not. So now 1 versus 1. SpeedyNicole up against iMervli. It's just a question of where she decides to go. 14 seconds is not generous to her, though. Oh, did she spot her on the right? She didn't. Her team didn't either, because it's not been calmed. iMervli takes her down, and she takes the round for Krispies Valkyries.
Yeah, nice play in the end. And we did say that Pree is one player that could potentially put X-Force Royals back under pressure. And what a bit of tracking that was as well to capture that player. But iMervli, in the end, is going to get the kill, tie the series up early doors. X-Force Royals back under pressure. And despite the heroics of the first round, it is going to be Krispies just on the ascendancy, on the front foot, you would say. You know, you've got to look to, again, like Pree and LB, to do some big plays. They did just that, Major, but still early on in this series, still a lot to play for. Can they control K, though? That is the question.
Yeah, it's just a case of those early engagements, what they can do with it. Oh, a little bit of a wide peak there isn't beneficial there. Courtney goes down. And now SpeedyNicole finds herself very much alone. Those engagements were quick. So, unfortunately, for X-Force Royals, they drop every single player bar 1. And Pree with that final kill there with the jackal in hand. Just going to take down SpeedyNicole. So I think it's just a question now, perhaps, for obviously X-Force Royals. Krispies, Valkyries seeming a little bit wiser to that very, very opening, quick aggression. And I think there's kind of that fine line, isn't there, of how many times do you try and bash your head against the door and consistently hit sites? Because normally teams will get wise to it, and especially if you don't have trophies every round and you're trying to push yourself up to kind of make that ground up, the nades can usually clear you out before you even get a chance to shoot back. So it's just a case of how kind of smart they are with it. And there you go. That's a lot better from Nicole First Blood.
Yeah, I think as well that the very aggressive push towards mid really didn't help them in the first round, and it's that desire to get that geography, and you can feel it. Kay is a very aggressive player. She feels like she wants to take as much ground as possible, but a little bit of caution coming out of Krispies just really helps. So yeah, the ambition and caution just coming head to head. But it's a nice to X-Force Royals now. You know, 1v1. Leona's got to go big. Oh, not enough as she takes a header out of the building, Jackie Chan style. 3-1 to Krispies Valkyries. Really calm, crisp shots in the end from LB, the player we did say to highlight. Oh, there. This sounds coming out of this is so weird, but yeah, it's so difficult for X-Force Royals if you haven't got a plan B. Like if your game is entirely aggression based and your opposition just stand off and pick you apart, you've got to really. That's the difference maker. You've got to be able to assimilate that information and change your strategy.
Let's see if they decide to switch up a little bit here. Okay, heading over towards the more middle portion of the map. No hesitation, knife in hand. Jesus. Roadrunner straight down mid. SpeedyNicole's able to get a first pick, and here we go. Kate jumps into action. One for Kate. Should have the second. Crispy's going to back her up with some shots, and there you go.
Quick.
Well, that was one of the quicker rounds you're probably likely to see. 2 to 3. Blink and you miss it. X-Force Royals reduce the deficit again.
I think that's how they want this entire S&D to go. Like that's the pace they want to play this at hard point. They want to play this S&D at small map hard point pace. It suits them entirely. They're like very reaction based. They've got like really good tracking. Their centering's good, and they've got crisp shots. I think if Krispies Valkyries just hold off a little bit, get that AR support in, just try and get that first pick and get some control. I think they can dominate this Royal side.
Well, Courtney, First Blood. A lot better again for X-Force Royals. Pree's going to get a nade out towards the backside of the defensive area. Oh, and she gets beamed, I think, with some beam shots there. iMervli, so alone and feeling rather blue. And speaking of blue, X-Force Royals have now tied it back up to 3 rounds apiece. So, 3 rounds each, sorry. As much as we were kind of gashing up Krispies Valkyries, perhaps for potentially adapting to what they've done, we've just had 2 incredibly fast rounds where they dropped 1 life across both. So it might just be a case where Krispies Valkyries have got to try and maybe communicate a little bit clearer who's watching what and where potentially these players are coming from, because there's enough of them to watch all the lanes. It's just they seem to be leaving windows of opportunities for the likes of SpeedyNicole and Courtney to just kind of pick them apart, really.
Yeah, I don't think they've adapted a little bit to the caution, but they're still trying to get into the same positions. They're still trying to push up. Now that's much better play in the transition. Get to the place first, and you can see already Pree is just dominating them. So again, it is that ability to just they just got to do it right, I guess, and read the lanes right. I don't know. Oh, that was so unfortunate there. Courtney with a pretty easy kill. Nicole's got easy sights here. Oh, she's not taking her opportunity though, but she's just been saved potentially from a problem across the way of the map. SpeedyNicole just going to try and take her time, get in the bath, get the rubber duck out, and see if she can get a pick.
Well, I really want to make a bath bombs joke because she's got the bomb. But I think it's too late for dad jokes. But SpeedyNicole, 1 versus 2. Still waiting for this next engagement. Is she going to check this left-hand side? No, she's not. And Krispie's going to shoot her straight in the back. So a big regain round there for Krispies Valkyries. A much-needed one. Able to just edge that lead out just a little bit more. And courtesy of some rough timing there and some good timing there for Krispie.
Yeah, absolutely. She didn't have to work very hard for that. Nicole comes to her and she can sit. It's almost Pulp Fiction style where she gets shot in the toilet. Where just trying to get bombed down. That's going to make life a little bit easier for Crispy Valkyries. And again, it's just when that initial aggression doesn't pay off for X-Force Royals, there is no plan B. Whereas Crispy Valkyries, you know, they've had the ability to kind of adapt and change. They can't go toe to toe with them for pace and for aggression. But Pree got 2-piece to start that last round. So question is, can she continue on?
Ooh.
Nope, she's going to take a nade straight to the chops.
Yeah, Caster's curse in full fruition there. Courtney's going to go through underground to see if she can potentially find something. She's got to be careful though, because iMervli is just waiting. There's a lot of engagements that are going to go down here, and there's one for SpeedyNicole, able to win her one. iMervli spots Courtney out the back though, so all of a sudden we're back to 2 versus 3. You can see though, number 3 on the mini map. SpeedyNicole going to work her way around the back. Might be able to catch at least one free pick here. Or maybe not. It's all going down over towards the other side though. But iMervli now has got it all to do. 1 versus 3 required. She gets isolated. She gets bagged. And X-Force Royals tie it up again.
Yeah, nice bit of play from the Royals as well. Normally we're being used to seeing them just kind of dive headfirst into a kill, but they played that a bit more cautiously. They waited to get information. K even taking up a spot, camping a little bit, which is nice to see. A little bit of a slow down, shows how accurate she can be. And that's going to be the game, tied at 4-all. And Crispy Valkyries, no real response to going like so many people behind a 1v3, not kind of the Belters Viper kind of vibe where you just expect it to get a pick, move on, get another pick. So it's a lot to ask though, Major, to be fair.
Yeah.
Right now, 4-all. You can't put paper between them, mate.
What Pree straight up mid. Looking to see what she can come across again. Crispy's gone through underground here, so another opportunity. Oh, well, there's somebody that's just dived straight over towards Jacuzzi. Splish splash. Now you're just looking for the next engagement. Crispy pops up. 1 for Crispy, 2 for Crispy. And that is really nice work from her. 3 versus 1 now. K is all on a lonesome. Is in a position to maybe isolate a player. If she's quick, huh?
She's trying to find Eric Boom. Sorry.
Poor Eric. Catching strays. Well, 1v3. There's one.
Ooh.
Gets away. Nice shots, by the way. Now it's just a case of Crispy Valkyries. If you're those two, you just play it together at this stage, I think.
Yeah, this is really about just being there for the trade. I think they've got to be careful. I think they've got this though. Oh, mate, that 20 seconds. Can she get bombed down? Oh, this is the real question now. Who does the player look for that person in bomb? Oh, the timing couldn't have been any. Absolute demon. Takes it to 5-4 for X-Force Royals with a reaction shot. You will not see better anywhere else.
Oh, that half a second of hesitating has cost LB her life, and it's probably going to cost her a clip on the Bluebird if K uses it, because my God, she's just completely 180'd and absolutely fried her. I think there's no other way of saying it apart from that is one that you do not want to ever see again. Holy. Well,
Oh.
K's just managed to clutch up in the 1 versus 3, and that is a huge round for X-Force Royals.
Oh, LB is going to want to see that into the bin. She's going to want to win this now. I think she's the only way to erase that memory is to win this game. They're determined to get bombed down, get some bomb site control and force the time. Really got to get this first blood, though. It's vital Krispies are able to do it. Courtney not able to see that player out. It is going to be LB who does see the next round, if she does even see the rest of the game. Big plays from Pree, though. It is going to be a 2v2, though. Next kill, all important, and that's going to go the way of SpeedyNicole, and Pree's got no idea where she is. There's some information, but it's not going to be enough, and you know who's there to get the kill and let her teammate defuse. It's going to be K. Again, this game has been the story of K.
Well, okay. X-Force Royals take it 6-4. A madness last 2 rounds. I thought when Pree got 2 on the pinch, it was all lining up for a round 11, but it's not. X-Force Royals are going to manage to take it in at the end. 10 rounds is all they need. And a map there from K that was just absolutely sublime towards the end. I say the 1 versus 3 to make it 5-4, and then just mopping it up towards the end. So X-Force Royals will manage to draw first blood, perhaps, as we go on towards the respawn on Rewind.
Yeah, just looking at the stats then, not non-traded seems to be correct, and Nicole was on like 7 non-traded, so God knows what her actual score was. She may have been the MVP for that particular game, but yeah, Kay just comes out on top because of the amount of time she gets those super accurate 1v1s, 1v2s, but you can see Nicole with the 2-piece there just going absolutely ham. But we head into the respawn, and again, you just don't know which way it's going to go. We've seen how well Kay can play. I mean, you know, it's her, isn't it? She's just the one right now, and going into this respawn, you've got to try and deal with her because she can drop so many kills. Now we know that you can go negative in a hard point and play it so well that you can win, but when you're having someone who can potentially drop 50 kills in a game, that just becomes so much more difficult. Krispies are going to have to deal with this. They're playing against a very aggressive team. You know, they're going to take ground all the time. You can't give them an inch, and we saw how chaotic some of the hard points have been featuring the Royals. So this could be interesting, Major. Valkyries with it all to do. We did say this could be a very quick game, but SpeedyNicole, her name is Speedy, so maybe that's the point.
Well, speaking of Speedy, hopefully we can get into map number 2 very speedy. As mentioned, first blood is going to be drawn by X-Force Royals. That will now be rewind hard point. So S&D hard point, S&D for these best of 3s. I'll have a double check to see if there's any update on the scores. Let me have a look. So girls spawned in. Oh, M's managed to make it. Yes, let's go. I wonder if we'll cast that one tomorrow then. Hopefully we do. So M's and the team managed to get through against Inglorious Opals. I sound really biased actually that M's got through. But obviously whoever wins this game is going to go through in towards that losers semi-final up against girls spawned in. So there's a little bit of a confidence.
Was that M's? Wait,
it's
is Abby in that?
No. So,
are they still in?
Yeah, they're in the winners final. Ashley, Lola, Emmy, and Abby. They're up against Vortex Scarlets in that winners final, mate.
Not that I want to cast over Abby and just give her loads. Not at all. Not in the least.
Don't want to take the piss whatsoever. But yeah, we're just waiting on the map number 3. But perhaps overall, I mean, we've not finished just yet. We're very close to it potentially. If this map goes in the way of X-Force Royals, but another very good showing of women's COD, to be honest, mate. Obviously, it's early in the games. Obviously, we're going to see more reps from these girls. They're only going to get better. The map pools are only going to probably improve across the year as time goes on, and the meta kind of balances. And hopefully, I don't think it will, but hopefully we get snipers, smokes, all the good stuff that we want to see across the year. But it's been a good tournament, mate, so far, and we've still got to do some more tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I think it's been belted as well. I think the belters. Hey. I think we're seeing very similar to the men's game that we see early doors. You know, it's very aggressive. It's about the gunfights rather than necessarily about very intelligent strategies. I think obviously some of these maps have got clearly had utility in mind that is being GA'd because the utility isn't working and hasn't been coded properly, and that's just meaning that we go into S&D on Vault, S&D on Rewind, and we know where they're going to go, and it just becomes this war of attrition, which isn't necessarily about bomb site control or retaking the site. It just becomes about who wins the 1v1s, and that's really sad at the minute until we get that either a change in the way that the makeup of the map is, or we get a change in the utility and how it's coded. It's going to be really difficult, but that's the same across the men's as well. So, you know, we're not seeing some huge different, you know, way of strategizing the game. It's exactly the same, and if anything, I would say largely and more consistently the women's game seems to be a bit quicker. Not quicker in terms of like we see very fast men's games, but overall every team seems to be very fast and very aggressive. They're like trying to get that center ground, they're trying to make up the geography. So, you know, is there some kind of split between the way the girls and the lads play it? Who knows, but right now it's just been so much fun, and it's so fast paced as well. I mean, the game's quick, but you watch Kay or Abby Pink or someone, you know, or Pink Viper, it's just they play the game so quickly.
I think a lot of it comes from because a lot of the girls might not necessarily have a huge amount of COD experience, so a lot of their background is pubs, and then the occasional kind of, either if it's a switcheroo or that kind of tournament, where the gameplay does tend to be faster because a lot of the SMG players will just go for it, no help, no help, no kind of
Yeah.
nothing
Well,
held
everything's
back.
Rambo, isn't it? It's like
Yeah,
Rambo style, isn't it? They don't realize that they need AR support against good players, or that they're just going to get dominated. But this moment, it's this kind of head-to-head clash just makes it really exciting.
yeah, yeah. So I think everyone's in and ready to go for map number 2. So thank you very much, guys, for being patient. It's been a long night in COD, and we've still got some more to do tomorrow. We've obviously got the losers bracket to finish out tomorrow. We've also got the winners side of things, and obviously we've got to crown who the champion is going to be, because it's 900 quid, by the way, Pabs, to the winner. So what's that? £225 a player. So that is a hell of a sum of money, and 280 quid to second place. So that is a sizable chunk of cheddar for a first tournament that Sakura are doing. So shout out to Hannah and all the girls involved in the tournament side of things, because that is a hell of an opening tournament to run for these girls. And to be fair, it's justified for the amount of work that they have put in as a tournament organizer, and the girls have been putting in as well, because they've been grinding just as much as the guys have, especially towards the latter end of last season when all the tournaments were pretty much done. Sakura was still going. They were still doing season after season after season. The only games we could seem to grab to cast were Sakura games, with the occasional XP League one as well. So it's good to
But
see.
this is the thing we were saying earlier on, is that like the passion, and if you go into the Sakura Discord, it's the same as any Discord we've ever been in.
Mm.
Like the passion's the same. Someone says, I need to pick up. Someone's a volunteer, and someone's saying that they can scrim every night. They can play S&D Charles. Like it's exact. There's no difference. Like it's exactly the same. The passion is high, and these girls want to do well, and fair play. Like that's the way it should be.
Well, we're underway, guys. Map number 2 in the best of 3. As mentioned, X-Force Royals. They are one map away from booking their place in that losers semi-final. And they're going to have to do it off of the back of a cheeky rewind hard point. So we'll see how this one goes.
I think
Well,
what we should do, mate, is we should agree at some point in the season, like as early as possible, that we just don't bring it up again. We just don't bring up that it's like it's good that there's an all girls league. We just accept it and just go, yeah, this is how it is now. Deal with it.
it's just part of the furniture now at this point, isn't it, really? The Sakura have
Yeah.
done such a good job of growing the community, and it's only getting bigger and bigger every season now as well. We see it in the likes of these tournaments where the prize pools are getting bigger and the number of teams are getting bigger. We're seeing like players that we don't really know a huge amount about that are coming from different backgrounds, whether it's just from playing pubs or they've kind of been playing GBs or CMGs, RIP GB. So it's just one of those where it's only going to get bigger, and the quality of players are only going to get better. So it's yeah, it's just win-win really.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's already looking to be a good start for the girls at Krispies, as they're just trying to get control of this P2. It's a really weird one. You can do well behind this container. It's going to be LB with the nade straight onto Leona. Flips are in the air. SpeedyNicole just trying to get some AR coverage to make sure that no one pushes through into this hill. It's really difficult right now for them to try and get sight down from bin as well. And these huge explosions, cars and everything just ring around the ears, and Royals just not able to do anything. We're close major to a tied game, 33 all in this P2. And again, we know how wild this is. It's going to swing from here straight the way over to garbage, and then we're going to see that potentially become a money hill, and Kay already dropping bombs.
Well, 6 in a row now for Kate. One off of streaks. So let's see if she can manage pick out a few more. You've got number 6 on the mini map in Krispie all the way out the back. Oh, there should be a free pick. Oh, not quite. Is the trade going to come through? No, it's not. There's 7. She wasn't quite able to get her streaks. I don't think she got it. She got the 7th kill, but I don't think it registered her streak. Unless the game's bugged and it's not showing it. All she's got is an RCXD. So maybe it's 8 then for the streak that she needed, which is pretty fucking harsh. I thought it'd be more. I didn't think it would be that many kills, but hey ho, her team's got the lead and they're looking to try and push it out even more.
Well, holy 8 in a row is a big ask. Like that's we're starting to get into bloodthirsty territory there before you can get yourself the ordnance you need. And with us having very little utility as it is, that's not great. But Leona just going to try and do it. The challenge is still in. She's finally able to deal with from this garbage area, and that's going to be points going the way of X-Force Royals. 70 plays 40. So they really do enjoy these close quarter engagements. So it'll all come down to this next hill. This has been largely a money hill for the team that are able to get the spawns, and you can see already Crispy Valkyrie's just struggling to get forward. Number 2 there in Nicole is going to be the player to get that suppressive fire over Major. It's going to be Pree who has to deal with it.
This is a
Not the ideal weapon either.
Yeah, this is testing Pree's beams. I was going to say Peace Breams. Brain's gone, I'm tired, I'm in my bed. Nice work there from LB. In the hill she goes, mops up what remains, and it will be Crispy Valkyries on the time. And more importantly, this is one of the more money hills for them here. You can see Pree laying prone out the back. She goes down though, so you've still got a couple of players that they need to try and go through. And now, can she manage to get more than just the one? No, iMervli only able to pick off one. So that lead ever growing. Not ideal here for Crispy Valkyries. This next hill, you've got to say, has to really be a big chunk of time to them. Obviously, we've still got, I think, around 15 seconds of that old hill. No scrap time coming through just yet, but that lead is just still just seemingly sat at 60 points.
Yeah, this is the problem for a large proportion of the hard point for the Vortex Scarlets. They just couldn't break this like 10 seconds, and hopefully this is not going to be the same for Crispy Valkyries because they're really struggling to break down this 60-second, 50-second lead, and that's not going to help Courtney with another solid two-piece of player who had an incredible first series that we cast and then went off the boil a little bit. So could be interesting to see if she's going to contribute the way she has done in this series. 14-8 from Kado, 14-7 from Leona. That is some firepower that you've got to deal with.
Yeah, they are getting leathered at the moment now, and this lead is really starting to push out. They've got to try and punch their way through the front. LB's unfortunately going to grab the short straw. Oh, sorry, iMervli's grabbing the short straw. Coldcaster. As Leona going around with a pistol and cleans out what remains. Again, another 4-woman wipe. iMervli going to fly in. Needs to win this gunfight. Can she win it? Yes, she can. Nice work there from her. But now we're already looking to try and transition over towards the P1. And Kate,
yeah,
just doing what she does really, mate. Yeah, 17-8, and she's having a good time.
Yeah, she's really enjoying it. They just enjoyed the P1. The CQB element of it, I think, really plays into her hands. I think she loves getting these close quarter kills, and it's going to be Courtney getting dealt with by Pree, but it's straight away Nicole's going to be there. Is she going to be able to transition and get the player who's just to the left of her? I don't think she realizes she's behind. She's going to get taken down, but they've got complete control, and now they're going to be set up. P2, I think, is just behind them as well, so this could be very interesting. Royals might be in an opportunity now to get 100 points clear. Major, we talk about that like Goldilocks zone of where you just get so far ahead that you can just get scrap time and win. It doesn't matter what the opposition do. If you just get those 20 seconds, that you're just so close to the victory that you're going to see it over the line anyway. They're not quite there yet. I would say they need to be 110, 120 seconds clear, but it's definitely approaching that way.
Well, Nicole trying to dip out, trying to get some shots over the top of the bins. Not going to be easy. Courtney's going to mop up a few, but you can see there that LB was just destined to track her down and get that final pick with a very nice cherry blossom camo, I must say. As unfortunately now that lead still stands at 70 points, and X-Force Royals have now got control of the time, and Kaya's got control of the kill feed. If she gets another 3 in quick succession, the multi-kill is in, and the time is now starting to rack up very heavily. The chow's probably going to come through, in which she'll probably pick up at least one. Whoever gets the short straw. And unfortunately, it's going to be iMervli that goes down. There's another one for Kay. How many more are there going to just fly into the trap that she's managed to set? And unfortunately now, with a 200-point mark looming, perhaps Crispy Valkyries, this is starting to loom on the do or die territory.
I'm just really intrigued to know how many kills she needs to get that cruise. Like, is it... She's on 5, and it's only saying halfway through to the cruise. Does she need 10 kills? That seems absurd.
I know. I'm not sure. Because it's barely moving. This is what I was saying. I don't know,
yeah,
I don't know
like
whether it's
so
the Coldcaster bug or something. Because last time she was sat on 7 kills. I mean, God, look at the combined streak, by the way. How quick she maths. But, yeah, it's just... She's on 6. Where's 7? It's like for science, isn't it? For science! And, yeah, 6
it seems so harsh, though.
I know. The world's most expensive RCXD. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, by the way. Jesus! We're casually just watching her rack up 8 kills. There you go. 8 kills it takes. Jesus.
8 kills? Oh my God. I thought that was honestly going to be a 10 kill requirement. That's so insane. But yeah, it's still harsh, but she's got it, and this is going to put them firmly in the driving seat. 110 seconds, 30 off it, and she's got the cruise. So this is definitely going to put them in the driving seat. Major, this has been a quick game, and she's actually dropping a 30 as well.
I know. Well, I feel rude watching anyone else at the moment. We will switch over to SpeedyNicole Not going to come. Oh, no, she will come across someone. Leona gets the trade, but I mean, when you look at the kill feed and you look at the kills Pabs, it pretty much feels as though Krispie's Valkyries, they're valiantly fighting, but nothing more is really going to come of this. The way this is going, it is very much all blue. They're on the time, and now they've got to push their way in. Krispies goes down. Pree going to try and work her way through the back. She's going to fly out wide. Chow K does exactly what she does all the time. Chews through her, and X-Force Royals will take it very convincingly in the end. 250 to 112. It was fairly close up to the middle portion of the game, Pabs, and then obviously when Kay went on that streak, or back-to-back streaks, should we say, it was just a case of, unfortunately, the girls in red just weren't able to really keep up.
Yeah, I think, yeah, just the aggression coming out of the X-Force Royals was absurd at times, and even though there were glimpses of, you know, the Valkyrie Krispie players doing well, they just couldn't cope. And you know, we talk about K 27 non-traded 31 kills, but across the board, like 18 and 16 positive, 20 and 14 positive, 22 and 13, just completely blows the other team away. Just so very capable, so very deserved, kind of march on through the lower bracket for X-Force Royals.
Yeah, so it will be a 2-0 in the end. X-Force Royals will progress through the bracket, and they will manage to come up against Team M's, or in girls spawned in. So that game will be tomorrow, guys. So as mentioned, tomorrow there will be 4 games. You've obviously got the winners final, the losers semi-final, losers final, and the grand final. And I do believe it will be starting at the same time as it has been 7 p.m. Hopefully the girls get up and running very quickly for that one, and we can get cracking on with that one. So there wasn't many clips in that one really, apart from Kay just absolutely shredding everyone. So just confirmation of it, guys. 6-4 and 250 to 112. We'll see them push through. But I'll quickly just update that score at the bottom screen. I knew I'd forget something. But X-Force Royals looking good going through towards those games tomorrow. But yeah, Pabs, good day of COD, mate.
Oh, mate, every time we cast this league, I just love it. It's just the most fun to have. Like, the games are great. The whole league's boss. I love the place. It's really good, and hats off to Hannah for what she's done. But yeah, the games have been awesome all evening. We've had a couple of good best of fives. You know, really excited to see some of the players that have come through. And you know, we're used to kind of our group that we've seen come through over the last few years and played with us in ranked and played, you know, in loads of different orgs and stuff. So it's just great to be able to add another 16 to 20 players that we've actually been able to cast over and see how they play and see their capabilities. And you know, you think Abby Pink adds to the roster, Kay adds to the roster in terms of these players that have just gone absolutely huge. I'm made up, mate. It's boss.
Yeah,
it's great.
Okay, so tomorrow we got some more of it. We're cracking on. We'll see who gets crowned the champion of the Sakura Cup and who takes home the lion's share of the cheddar. But that's it for me and Pabs, guys. Hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. Say it's already Sunday, so yeah, get on the COD grind if you've had a Red Bull as of recent. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow for some more Call of Duty action, guys. Peace.